Welcome, Crusaders. Come and join me at the round table. This is Dan, and this is your Marriage Moments. I ran across an interesting analogy the other day. Someone was making the suggestion that marriage is kind of like a game of chance. And so I was trying to figure out what in the world they were talking about. And so this is what they wrote. They said, you start with a pair. He shows a diamond. She shows a heart. Her father shows a club. His father shows a spade. Somewhere you'll find a joker, and after a while he becomes a king and she becomes a queen, and then they end up with a full house. Well, I don't know if that's exactly how a marriage is supposed to work, but an interesting analogy. On the other hand, as I was thinking about marriages, Henry Ford, on his 50th wedding anniversary, was asked, what's the formula for a good marriage? And he said, the same as for a successful car, stick to one model. That's a pretty interesting idea, isn't it? We need an attitude of permanence and commitment to keep our marriages vital today. So let's look at 3 attitudes that can help our marriages have that vitality. Number 1, commitment. Divorce needs not to be an option. It needs to be a word that's not used in your marriage. If you think about it, the older generation, your grandparents perhaps, or great-grandparents, there were very few divorces. And one of the reasons simply was there was this sense that that was not an option. And so you just figured it out. You worked through it. You didn't pass them on to the next generation. Number 2, understand the importance of the relationship. That the reality is you're going to need to work at it. It's not just going to be all hunky-dory. You'll have to put some effort into it. The most recent research says that the emotion of love and marriage lasts for 2 years. After that, you have to begin work. Now, I don't know if that exactly works out, but it is an interesting idea. A lot of times our marriages begin with the emotion, but we need to remember that we're marrying someone who's going to be our soulmate, our friend, our lover for the rest of our life. And number 3, marriage is a covenant, not a contract. It's not something that you can get out of. It's not something that you cancel the contract. There's not a 30-day clause. It's a covenant. It's a decision that you make to serve and to be served. And you hang in there and do that. It's not a game. It's not a gamble. It's a relationship that you cherish. In Malachi, the 2nd chapter, the end of verses 15 and verse 16, he says almost the same thing. Maybe because it's really important. And he says, so guard yourself in your spirit, and do not break faith with the wife of your youth. So guard yourself in your spirit, and do not break faith. Thank you for watching.